This is a reading video for Quad Shot Part 1 of Charlotte, the first 4 episodes of Charlotte. Click in the link description below to go watch my reaction, and then come back here to see my full thoughts, ideas, and theories about this series and everything like that, and what I think of it and all that kind of stuff. I told a little bit about it in my reaction, but I'm going to go into more details and everything like that in this reaction, or redirect, sorry. So click in the link description below to go watch my reaction, and then come back here to see my full thoughts, ideas, and theories about these episodes. Click away now, or be spoiled as to what happened in these episodes. Okay. Very cool premise. I really do love the whole idea about the show and everything. How there's like special individuals, but they're very limited in the sense that like they can't do a lot with their powers, and they're taken away at a certain age. But they do have powers, and they can do certain things if they come together and utilize it together, kind of thing. If there's one person, right, the body snatcher thing, he can get pretty far with it on his own. But if he's with his other friends, kind of thing, like Tomari. I'm just it's gonna take a little bit to get these names down. Tomari, the invisible girl. She can focus on one target, make her invisible to him, and then have I think his first name is Yu. So the main character's first name is Yu. The invisible girl's first name is Now. So it's like you now, and then like it's just a weird naming scheme, I guess. Oh, and in my eyes, it's a weird naming scheme. Probably over in Japan, it's like it's common sense or common names, or whatever kind of thing. But I'm not used to it. But anyways, so you utilizing his body snatcher ability with Now to make the target think that they're getting hit when they're not actually getting hit, kind of thing. Like she's invisible, but she's like punching them and everything, but in their eyes they're just getting hit randomly, kind of thing. It's really, really cool. And then they're I forgot to write down the other guy's name, the teleporter, which I don't think it's really teleportation. Like when I think of teleportation, it's like you're sitting there and then you disappear and then you reappear back at like your destination, kind of thing. So like literally like bending space and time to open like a gateway or whatever to like disappear and reappear back at a different location. That's why I think of teleportation. In his case, he can only travel, like in a way disappear from sight because he's going so fast, but like disappear from sight, travel to the destination, but there's no wall there for him to stop at, so he just pushes past it, and he just keeps going, kind of thing. So, even, I'm sure if it's even just a few feet, kind of thing, like, he just travels there at the speed of light, or, whatever, but in this case, it's just like, there's no stopping him. He can't just keeps going, kind of thing. Anyways, I can't remember his name. I didn't write his name down. I wrote down the one guy who isn't even part of the school now, who is Udo, the thought pictures. So I'm wondering if we will ever see him again. But like it seems like that's the case of which people like scare tactics, right? Like scaring him into not using his power, and so he can live out his normal life, but without using his power, kind of thing. So, I don't know. Anyways, yeah. So we also have the idol, who is almost in the sense a shaman. She has the ability to open up her body for spirits to possess her, kind of thing. And in a sense, she opened up to her sister, who happened to die. So her older sister basically is now possessing her body. I don't know how it works, if she always is like, if she leaves her body whenever she's awake, when she falls asleep, she like possesses her body again, kind of thing. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but maybe she's just always there, kind of thing. But anyways, the older sister, when she controls her body, her hair kind of changes a little bit of a different shade, like a darker shade kind of thing, and her eyes change red, and she has the pyrotechnics of like fire. Basically, she can summon fire. I'm not sure about her quirk, her power, right? Like, I'm not sure how limited it is. So like we've seen her with like a ball of fire kind of thing. We've seen her actually chuck fire from long distances away, or like point at them kind of thing, and just like be like, we saw them when they were attacking the one group of guys basically. Like they two of the friends took out two of the bodyguards and like took their place kind of thing, and then she pointed at them or did like this kind of thing, and then just like shot like a wave of energy towards them and they ignited kind of thing. So she has the ability to shoot fire in a way and hold fire in her hand, but I'm not sure what else beyond that, right? Like I'm not sure if she has like if her fires don't actually burn, or like we've seen her burn clothes and stuff, but I'm not sure about people. Like I'm not sure if people can be burned by it. Maybe just like a little scorch mark or whatever is that. But they used body armor or something like that, like underneath their clothes when the two friends were getting burned. But yeah, so it's a double power because the siblings who like so if the, like for instance the main character you if he has a power like he has now the body snatcher, his sister, which I can't remember her name, but her sister or his sister should have a power in due time, not like immediately like right now she has a power, but like in due time she might develop one kind of thing. And the same goes for any siblings kind of thing. If one sibling has power, higher chance of the younger sibling or whatever, to also have powers as well. So that's what the one girl now, when she said her brother was the first one to have it, and her brother was all about um, uh, uh, vibrations in the air, I guess, like changing the way vibrations sound so that way he can actually utilize it in music and such. Um, and the scientists used that to effectively disrupt signals in the air, so like radio waves and that kind of thing. Um, and learning from that or like that whatever like that. So that's why Now's brother is in like not like a total vegetated state. Like he's still like cognitive in a sense. Like he can still think to some degree, but like the meds are like heavily maintaining his sanity because like otherwise he'll be just like what we saw, how he's ripping up like a comforter and he's like grunting and all that stuff. But in reality, in his mind, he's playing the guitar and the grunts and sounds and stuff like that is him singing, or the sound of the guitar that he's playing. So that's pretty sad, and maybe we'll find somebody who might have an ability to help him along or something like that. That would be cool. But yeah, it's a very cool show. I highly enjoy it. It's going to be really interesting to see how far they get by the end of the show. Basically, I'm interested to see like if it leaves it open for like new seasons, or is it just going to flat out like end kind of thing? Like it's just like, yep, this is it. We're done, kind of thing like that. Like I'm not sure, because that happened with Angel Beats. Angel Beats was like a really cool premise and kind of thing like that, like all the kind of stuff that happened, and then like you're just like, yep, we're done, kind of thing. So I'm wondering if that same kind of concept is going to happen here, but we shall see in due time. I'm still interested about the name Charlotte. I'm not sure if that's just a name or is it like my theories are like maybe a comet or something. I'm not sure. I first had thought it was going to be Now's name, when like her first name or something like that. Like her name is Charlotte Tomati 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 Tomati. The names. Wasn't sure if it was going to be her first name or something like that, but we figured out her name was Now. So yeah, so I still have to get all the names down for all the different characters and write them down and making sure I know how to say them phonetically and so on and so forth. So forgive me for saying names wrong. You should know by now, Japanese names are very hard for me to even try to remember properly. Some names I kind of get because I say them over and over again, but I don't know. Anyways, I'm really interested to see how many different power sets there are. Like, are they going to show us like maybe like a set of like 20 or something like that, or are they going to go beyond and just keep like spitting out all these things like can somebody fly and can somebody have like super strength and like so and so for like the standard superpowers that we usually see in like comic books and that kind of thing, like super speed. That's what I thought the one guy was, the teleporter guy. I thought he was super speed in a way, like just like he can go somewhere but his legs can't take him or can't slow him down. Like they can speed, like run him kind of thing, but then like he can't slow down kind of thing, or like a torpedo in a sense. I called him a torpedo when he first saw him because like we saw him go sideways like into a building. So I was thinking maybe he was speed or something like that when we first saw him, but when he explained it, he explained it as teleportation, which in my eyes I don't think it's teleportation. I think it's he gets push like almost like a rail gun. Like that would be like a good instance. Like he looks at a direction, he sets forth, and then he just goes like shoots that way, like a rail gun or like a bullet, basically just like straight in that direction. Also, his reaction time is very high. Even at that ridiculous speed, he's still able to slowly kind of bend his hand where he wants to and grab something, even though he's going at the speed of light or like a bullet, basically, like past everybody. I love the cafeteria scene where he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go grab some stuff. We'll see what we get," kind of thing like that. And he charges up and like shoots over there real quick, and like he like reaches down, grabs it, drops the money, and then like he just like shoots out the window, and like everyone in the entire like building just like all of a sudden like the shockwave or whatever goes like flying by kind of thing, and so everyone gets like uprooted and like thrown everywhere basically. But I like how the cafeteria maid or whatever the cafeteria lady, she was just like, oh, like, so yeah, I wonder if this happened like before, kind of thing. Like, it's just like she's used to it, kind of thing, or it's really funny. I'm wondering. So far we've known about the kids that have powers and stuff like that, but there's nothing about any adults that know about it beyond like these kind of scientists that killed or not killed, but are killing Nao's brother, basically. So I'm interested to see who now like found basically the benefactor who put Nao's brother into the hospital, like free of charge, that kind of thing. Like I'm wondering who that is, kind of thing. I'm wondering if maybe he might have been somebody with the power, and he's kind of like looking out for people who also have power, kind of thing. But the way Nao was explaining it, it seemed like her brother was the first person ever to have powers, kind of thing. So I'm wondering like if she's saying that just because that was the first instance, kind of thing, but there might have been like more previously. Like I'm wondering of what happened in particular. I was thinking maybe because of the name Charlotte and the whole fascination with stars and such, that there's a comet called Charlotte, and that comet gives superpowers whenever it's coming by like the planet. It's like it gives superpowers to a certain level of intelligence, kind of thing. In this case, adolescence. And then when they get to a certain age, they lose those powers, kind of thing, based on the star or the comet that comes by. So I don't know. This show's fascinating with stars and such. So I wouldn't put it past that for that to be like a thing, kind of thing. So I don't know. I'm wondering also the sister, right? The sister of you, the main character. He even said, kind of thing, as well as like the plot, basically, that the sister is supposed to have a gift, like a power, kind of thing, after some time, kind of thing. So I'm wondering what her power would be. and like seeing how so far all the powers that we've seen kind of enhance the already um, personality of the characters and such. So like the baseball guy had telekinesis, so he can move the ball around, and I guess Now's gift is pretty interesting because she likes her camera, and she can be invisible to one person, so that way she can videotape that one person kind of thing, and be hidden. Um, what else? What else? What else? I'm sure there's more. Like I'm just not thinking of right now, but like it seems like maybe not everybody has like a personality trait tied to their ability, but that kind of seems like the kind of thing. So I would think the sister of you, the main character. I have to say that because saying like the main character of you, it makes it think like I'm talking about you, but no, the main character you, his sister, um, it makes me think that she's going to have something to do with stars, kind of thing. Like she likes stars, she loves stars, so on and so forth, and comets and space and that kind of thing. So maybe her power is something to do with that. I don't know. It's gonna be fun to see. So I'm gonna leave it there. It's a really fun, really 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 fun show. I can't wait to see what's gonna happen next. So um, yeah, I mean, it's gonna be fun. So for Patreon, these parts are going to be throughout this month of August. So this video goes live on Patreon on the 3rd, and then part 2 is on the 10th, part 3 is on the 17th, and part 4 is on the 24th. On the 21st, which is the last day of August, there's not going to be any quad shot because that is the 5th week of the month. And I usually skip those because we only do quad shots in part 4, this kind of thing. So there's no part 5 of a show kind of thing because sometimes months don't always have a part 5. So the 31st of August is not going to have anything for Patreon people who are watching this right now. But the 3rd, 10th, 17th, and 24th are going to be 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th in the quad shot, and so on and so forth. Looking towards public release. Public release will be on the 7th. This episode will be on the 7th of September. Part 2 will be on the 14th of September. Part 3 will be on the 21st of September. And the 28th will be part 4 for the quad shot for September. So, yeah. I will also, at the time of this recording, I'm not sure of it, but by next week I should be, because I'm going to be putting out a poll for the next quad shot to kind of figure out what the next one is going to be. So at the time of this recording, I'm not sure what it's going to be, but next week I'll tell the public people basically what the next is going to be, so that way they can kind of understand what the next quad shot is available on Patreon kind of thing. So, yeah. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week for part 2, which is going to be an OVA, and then 3 episodes, so 5, 6, and 7 of Charlotte. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week for some more Quad Shot. Take care, buddy.